It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And a warm Thanksgiving wish to everyone, and welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Thankful to be with these gobblers here.
No, I'm a gobbler now.
This is Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
That's my turkey sound, Ernie.
The radiant landscape of uptown Philadelphia, as seen from the east shore of the Delaware River. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, from everyone here at 2K Sports. Nothing like the NBA for Turkey Day. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. The Philadelphia 76ers preparing to defend home court in this Eastern Conference battle. And this is the first time matched up with the Hornets this season. Last season, they couldn't get the edge in the matchup as they went 1-2 in the season series.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Two teams in the bottom half of the conference as far as respect goes. They're both scratching and clawing to try to get a little more of that respect.
So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Bargnani. And it's Rudy Gobert. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Huertas in at the point. Steph Curry does so many things well, Clark, on the floor, but one area he had struggled with was turning the ball over.
Yeah, and after a slow start, Kevin, to the year in the turnover department, Curry was able to slowly right the ship.
Now here's Middleton, picked by Bargnani. Here's Wiggins. Softly drops in the floater.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
And Curry and his turnovers last year, a lot of it might have been getting used to a new system. But you can see he's also tightened up his play to reduce the giveaway.
And it's sent back by Howard. And that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. Hornets retain possession. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Curry gets the bucket.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
You know, Curry knew turnovers were a problem. How about his mom even instituted a fine on him? And so anytime he has more than 3 in a game, he owes his mom $100 per turnover.
That is good. Bargnani's got his first basket of the night. So for the 76ers, their last game, a win against Chicago.
Their percentage from long range in that game was off the charts. Seemed like anytime the fans got a little hostile, they just started to take it up a notch from beyond.
The bombs were really falling, weren't they? I mean, great shooting, especially when you consider it was on the road.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Pulls it from 20. Nowitzki, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Huertas passes to Bargnani. Soft touch off the glass. Here's Curry. 23 points for him the last game against Chicago. Looks for Nowitzki, gets it to him. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Watch shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
You know, and Akeem the Dream, certainly one of the greatest all-around players to have ever played the game. An endless array of offensive moves down low, no doubt. And defensively, his numbers speak for themselves. I mean, almost 4,000 career blocks, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, just a legendary low-post defender. And guys, this 76ers team still trying to forge an identity. One thing that is sure, they will attack the basket, and a lot of fearless players on this roster.
The 76ers trail by 3. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Ariza no up. Hornets have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. And it's Middleton penetrating on the wing. Wiggins. And there's the pass to Huertas. And a miss there on the triple.
That's a shot you've got to take if you're looking for the three-pointer. I mean, the defense was nowhere around.
Rose kicks to Nowitzki. A three-pointer is right on target.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Here's Huertas, guarded by Curry. Gobert dishes to Middleton. The ninth. No good from Bargnani. The 76ers have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. A fast break now for Charlotte. Here's Huertas, and fouled hard that time. They'll get to the line and shoot 2. They get Stephen Curry. Charlotte shooting their first free throws of the evening. First free throw is good.
And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well versed he is as a coach.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Howard. Anderson comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Gordon in for Rose. Here's Huertas. A 14-point game for him in the win against Orlando. Curry with the steal. Here is Miles. And Henson pulls it down. And Clifford in his 3rd year now as a head coach, Greg. That experience you were just talking about. He has 29 years of coaching under his belt. He's a Van Gundy disciple. Clark was on the coaching staff for both brothers.
Yeah, and he's been with a lot of teams, Kevin. 13 seasons as an assistant for the Lakers, Rockets, Magic, and Knicks. I like the fact he had his head up immediately looking to make the dish down the floor. Get rid of it quickly.
Exum kicks to Dang. Fades away. Rebounded by Pekovic. The 76ers trail. Outside Curry. Eric Gordon on the wing. Back to Curry. Puts one up from 19. Down it goes. His 3rd basket. He's now 3 for 4. 32 seconds left to play in the first. The feed to Dang. 7-foot shot. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Dang's got his first bucket of the night.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Miles the pass to Curry. Outside for Miles. And again, it's Philadelphia.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
Here's Wiggins. Off the inbound, no good.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. He talked about the remarkable...
When I first got here, my first year was so tough that I didn't really know that I can make it.
Dirk has proven himself through the test of time. As tough as it may have been back in his rookie year, he overcame those obstacles to become this elite NBA player, Clark, destined for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, people now talk about players being a Dirk Nowitzki type. And that's a type any team would like to have. One of the greatest power forwards in NBA history, for sure.
Thanks for joining us in this Thanksgiving presentation of the NBA. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they blocked or altered.
Well, how about this? A lot of side outs for them, the way they've swatted shots away. That's a volleyball term, by the way, folks.
Yeah, or handball.
Or handball.
Yeah, either one of the two. They're knocking a lot away.
Yeah.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Hornets, we've got Dang. Exum is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's John Henson, and it's Wiggins in at the 3 slot.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
You're exactly right. I mean, they've banged home 8 of their last 10 points on mid-range jumpers.
Here's Exum. Rebound by the 76ers. And last season, an injury-filled one for Nikola Pekovic. Played only 31 games before he was sidelined. Clark with an Achilles injury.
Yeah, and, you know, he wasn't even playing quite up to par before the injury, Kevin. After shooting well over 50% in each of his first 4 seasons, he dropped to under 43% last year.
Last outing for Charlotte, they won that game against Orlando.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop him.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at him. And for Dante Exum, the first point guard chosen in the 2014 draft, number 5 overall, actually, he was taken over 2 other very talented and arguably more proven point guards coming in, those being Marcus Smart and Elfrid Payton.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Howard's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Nowitzki comes in for Ryan Anderson. And Trevor Ariza has subbed in for Eric Gordon. And the 76ers making a change here. Curry's checked in. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Ariza dishes to Curry. 5 to shoot. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Another miss by Philadelphia. And talking about Dante Exum last year, he showed scouts were right when they said he isn't a finished product. He only shot 35% from the field. Put up much smaller numbers than other top rookie point guards like, Smart and Payton.
But looking 3 or 4 years out, you may be singing a different tune. And, Kevin, I think that's what the projections are when you look at this young man. He has length. There's a smoothness and a feel for the game that's raw, but still elite. That's why many scouts would still today take him over any other point guard in that draft.
Curry's shot is off. Charlotte trailing. Here's Middleton. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
This could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
It's to Ariza. The shot will not go. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Now, here's Exum. He's coming off a 10-point game against Orlando. Gobert the pass to Middleton. A second chance effort. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And at the offense as they could have hoped for. today.
Bargnani a screen on Curry. In the corner, Middleton with it. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Middleton's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, I thought Charlotte went to their bench as much as most other teams last season. Those guys ate up time for the starters, but weren't nearly efficient scoring the ball as you might want them to be.
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Philadelphia. For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Curry attacking. Nowitzki outside. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Nowitzki's got 5. Mark, 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
You know, both teams showing a lot of resilience, I think. Coming back, back and forth.
That reminds me of a song.
Yeah, Kevin, that's Cameo, to be exact. And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
Dang, double teamed. 6 to shoot. Here's Huertas. Offline with his 3. The 76ers lead. Curry with a wide open look. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. He's got 11.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Exum dishes to Gobert. On here comes Curry all alone. Finished off the break. And it's a 5-point Philadelphia lead.
They've really flipped things around offensively.
Yeah, and anytime you can make more than half of your shots, you'll take that.
Here's Huertas, guarded by Curry. Huertas passes to Hollins. Ariza brings the double. Ball's knocked loose. He's got a clear path. Here's Temple. Exum pulls it in. Hornets trail by 5. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Huertas, guarded by Curry. They set the pick. And the 3 ball is good.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Here's Huertas. Puts up a 3. AT that time from Curry. No good. And a pretty tightly contested.
Hi, Kevin. I'm here with Derek. And, Derek, what are the most important things you've done defensively tonight to help your offensive approach?
Contesting their shots. They're a great three-point shooting team. We were just contesting, getting out and run. That's our favorite.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He had 13 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. He seems to have carried the momentum from his last game right into tonight. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, I love how they're getting points in transition. It's about pushing the ball, being aggressive, and then finishing with authority. Several times they beat the defense down the floor and ended up with easy buckets. If they can continue to keep that tempo up in the second half, they'll be difficult to beat.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Charlotte.
Their shooting rhythm was off, under 40%. Some of that was shot selection. Some of it was the defense stepping up. My guess is we'll see some significant changes as things get going in the second half.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Yeah, you just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
Curry is out there with Derrick Rose. Then it's Trevor Ariza. Then there's Nowitzki. And it's Howard in at the pivot, manning the middle. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half. Middleton against Rose. Here's Huertas. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Bargnani. Here's Gobert. And that's good. A nice job on the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
From deep, Rose. Good. Rose has got the lead up to 5 now for the 76ers.
And that's good stuff from him. Nice touch.
Well, the city of Philadelphia has had some tough fans. There's no doubt. You know, we've seen him boo Santa Claus. You can imagine, Greg, how they felt about this Sixers team a year ago.
You know, the Sixers were going to be in trouble from the very start of the year. A lot of fans didn't even bother to show up to boo. I mean, Philly had the worst attendance in the league last season.
But they've got hope, Greg.
A lot of young talent. Maybe this is the year it starts to materialize.
Hornets trail by 5. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Banked in off the glass. 6 points for him.
Well, when you look at the 76ers, it's no surprise that they have empty seats. I mean, they ended up 12 and 29 at home, which wasn't the worst mark in the NBA, but it was tied for second worst.
And that one's good. And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
And Philadelphia just at times hard to watch, even at home. I mean, they had the worst home field goal percentage in the entire league. Hard to get the crowd into it if you are clanking it on the rim every trip down.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for Nowitzki. And Gordon subbed in for Steph Curry. And it's Rose penetrating pass to Howard. Gordon kicks to Rose. A three-pointer off the mark. Hornets trail by 5. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Wiggins against Ariza. Again, Wiggins missing.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Howard dishes to Gordon. The 76ers with another miss.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
Kicks it to Bargnani. Charlotte moving it around. Puts it up from 15. Rebound by the 76ers. Howard's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Excellent game we've seen from Derrick Rose. He has 9 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a suspicion he's going to have a few more.
And the 76ers with some changes. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Howard. And it's C.J. Miles in for Trevor Ariza.
And, guys, you know, we've talked about it before, but it bears repeating. Dwight Howard may be the best overall rebounder in the last decade. 5 times out of the last 8 years, he's led the league in rebounding. That's almost impossible to do in the modern NBA.
And there's Miles. That's good on the assist by Gordon. Miles has got his second basket.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Exum with it. There's the screen. Deng kicks to Wiggins. A fader. Again, Wiggins missing.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Moment here now for an injury report.
Thanks, Kevin. I got some news from the Hornets head athletic trainer. A very somber tone over here on the sideline, guys. It does not look to be good news at all. The season is young, but that is tough news to get at any point in the year. We'll see how well the team comes together in his absence. Kevin?
All right, Doris. Thanks. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
And for the team, they're going to have to make some major adjustments during his absence.
Philadelphia leading by 9. And here's Rose. 13 points in the game. Pass to Pekovic. Out to the wing. And Miles kicks to Pekovic. 6 on the shot clock. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Hornets trail by 11. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Hollins, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. Overall, a down year for the Hornets in the 2014-15 season. A big part of that was that they would struggle on the road.
Yeah, and you know they had playoff aspirations, but as you said, those aspirations derailed because of the road struggle.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for the 76ers. Curry comes in for Rose. Outside Dang. There's the pick. Wiggins outside for the 3. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound. Nowitzki's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Here's Wiggins. The shot is off.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the 4th.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
But to me, it's worth being certain, and that's why we have replay to get these big calls right.
And they've overturned the call. The replay was conclusive, and that one's going to count.
And, Kevin, an example of why it's good to have replay. I don't know what kind of impact it'll have on the final result, but you always want them to get every call right.
Double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Philadelphia ahead, up by 16. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Hornets trail by 16, and Charlotte looking at who they've got. Bargnani is out there with Dang. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's Rudy Gobert, and it's Huertas in at the 1. Hit his leg, and the official saying it was kicked.